Hello, welcome back
You guys
to
ready?
Read. Okay, so I'll start with the back. It's the most important, our.
Oh, I thought you said.
So I said, do you think your father will come over this illness? And why? I said, no, he seems too weak to do anything, really.
I would agree with that because he didn't be able to move much or do anything really.
He couldn't really get outside, eat, or drink, so I don't think he will get over it.
3, 2, 1, go.
One of my questions was, why do you think Parvana's father was given back to them? And I said maybe the Taliban either they wanted to capture more people and they didn't have enough limit for everyone, and they thought that he didn't do anything that was terrible, so they let him go, or maybe they just thought
I was
he had
actually
enough.
thinking about that too.
Yeah.
I
I was thinking
also- I
maybe he
had
got
that
too
as one of
sick
my
and they didn't want him
questions,
to kill everyone else.
I had that for one of my questions too, and I said maybe he had served his time there or became he was really ill and figured he would die anyway, so they just let him go.
Yeah. And yes, I did start the second one, so I wrote this question before I knew that, so yes, I know he does pass away, sadly. So I also said, do you think her family, so like Parvana's mom and sister and little brother, are still alive, and why? So I said, yes, her father, or her family is, because they're too cautious for anything else to happen.
I would think that too because they managed to live throughout the bombing in Pakistan, so they should be able to escape.
But they weren't the bombs didn't fall directly on top of them.
Oh yeah, it was a killing.
I already know what happens, but I'm gonna pretend I don't. So, I actually don't know because the way that the girl described it, of how they just threw the bodies onto the street and they bombed the houses and took everyone out, I don't know. So,
If they were only killing, they might have only killed the men. So
yeah, but did they kill her mother too?
I think that was because she went and tried to, I don't know.
Yeah, but they
Argued.
killed
Yeah, that's true.
What was one of your questions?
I said, why is Noria finally being nice to Paravana? And I said, because Paravana is the one earning the money for the family, or because she was going to not see Paravana for a long time, but she's getting married because they're going to move away.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree that she was working for the money, so she was a lot more grateful for her being here, because if she wasn't there, then no one would be able to provide for them, and they'd have a much more difficult time getting what they need for the. And it's not like they're living on a lot. I mean, they're living on naan and tea, basically.
3 things.
Yeah,
I
and the
don't-
occasional.
I think I would agree. I think she was being nice to Parvana because Parvana was earning the money, and if she was mean, then she might be grumpier and might not earn as much money because she would be mean to other people.
Yeah.
So maybe she didn't want to jeopardize that or something.
Yeah. That's good. What's another one of your questions? Or Alexander, go ahead.
Okay. I said, why was Paravana upset or angry with Noria leaving?
Because I think maybe because she thought that she would never see Noria, and even though she didn't really like Noria, she still loved her like a sister because she was a sister, and she was family, and I don't think she just wants to see anything change because her dad was gone. She didn't know if she was ever going to see him again. She didn't want Noria to be gone and never see her again either. So
I said because she might have secretly looked up to her. Who knows? Maybe she was hiding it behind. Yeah.
Yeah, I think there might be also a little bit of jealousy because big sister always gets to do something first, and
she gets to leave the country.
Yeah.
No more bombing. Go to school.
yeah, and she's jealous of it, and she wants to be the one who does that. Not necessarily get married or anything like that, but just
Be free.
be free and not have the Taliban bombing you daily and not have to worry about them as much. I think that's maybe one of the main reasons. Go ahead, Julia, what was one of your questions?
What was your favorite part of the book and why? My favorite part was when Parvana found Shazia because I was so happy for her because she found someone she actually knew and she wasn't lonely and she found someone she knew that she hadn't seen in 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was your
Besides her family.
I don't know, really. I don't know. I'd probably think about that. Like,
Yeah.
because
There are a lot of good
there
parts.
was, but I don't know.
I think my favorite part of the book was when she first went out into the market again
Yeah.
after her dad was taken away, and she just kind of was there, and she just didn't know what to do. She just didn't know. And I think that was a very changing part of the story that really changed her. She's like, there isn't my dad.
That she has to
Yeah.
fend for her family.
Yeah, I think before she was just kind of in the denial thing where she's like, oh yeah, he's still here. He's just at work. He's still here. But when she went out into the market and he wasn't there,
She had to get over it.
yeah, she'd get over it and move on. What was your last question?
I had the same question as one of hers. Why did the Taliban let their father go?
Yeah, good one.
That's a good one. We already answered that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
we did.
Alexis, what were some of yours?
One of my questions was, do you think her friend Shauzi, how do you say that name?
I say Shazia.
Shazia, wanting to run away was okay, and why? I said no. She would leave her family in a terrible state because they're arguing and all that, and that's mean and rude and just not okay for her to do that.
Yeah. Also, she was the only one, I think, earning the money in her family.
Yeah.
So if she left, then they would have to find another way to find money.
Yeah.
Make a living.
I don't think that was the right thing to do because kind of what you said, but her family would basically die. And I don't know. I wouldn't be able to live with that.
They would have to live out on the street.
Yeah.
Basically knowing that my choice made my family.
Can't they just, I mean, the other choices she could run away with her family, maybe
Yeah,
Yeah,
but she
then it
wanted
would
to get away
make
from the
people-
arguing.
yeah.
wait for her grandparents to die because they're old and
For her grandparents to die, and then life is all
maybe,
good, right?
maybe.
Another one of my questions was, do you think it was smart of her to tell the lady, her secret right away?
What lady?
The lady, the lady
That was in the
the one
building
that
that
didn't
ran
have
away.
the chore
That ran away from
yeah.
the killing or whatever.
Yeah, the one
Oh.
that eventually came
I forget
from,
her name.
yeah, her name. Let's see. 148, I know she was talking about it.
Homa.
Homa, yes. Homa.
I don't think it was smart because he could have used that against her. She was poor. She had come from somewhere that
The Mars.
It started with an M.
Wait.
Yeah.
There's a thingy in the front of the book. Marzi Sheriff.
yeah. She was poor and she
Had nothing.
had nothing. And I mean, maybe she would wait until Parvana and Mrs. Vera gave her a shawl or a burqa, and then she would go out and tell the Taliban.
Yeah.
Yeah, because then she could
She
always
could get
get
money.
money from
Yeah.
for telling them that.
About
Yeah,
it.
she's been posturing being a boy.
Yeah. Yeah, I said no because she could have just got up and ran and told the Taliban about her. And maybe her friend too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Would make it
She
even
might figure
worse.
it out.
Yeah.
by
My
far.
last question was, in the sequel, do you think that Parvana will find her family?
But you want the answer.
I already know the answer, but I'm pretending that I don't. And I said, I think Parvana will find her family,
And is that the right answer?
but I don't know. Is it? But they will be dead. I think she will find them, but they'll be dead because from the way the girl described the Taliban killing everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always because if they were running away and they got caught, it could have been like, oh, they're trying to run away, but they need to be like killed, I guess.
Yeah.
So do you think she'll find her family?
Yeah.
Dead or alive is the question.
Yeah.
Either.
Either. Well,
I think she will find her
Yeah.
family. It's just a matter of if they're still
yeah, living
in
or
the
not.
world
So we just started to get like more and more
or not. I think that's the main thing. And okay, this is an interesting question that I thought that I think it really depended on your like perspective of the book. Was what is the theme of the book and the evidence throughout the books to support the theme? I said no matter who you are, you can change the world like Malala.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
And I said, like, I found out on page 29
He did a few back
where she was talking to her dad right before they had captured her, and it was the lesson here, my daughters, he looked from one to the other, is the Afghans has always been a home of the bravest women in the world. You are all brave women. You are all inheritors of the courage of Malala. And I thought that one was a really strong one. And then I also found it on page 148 when she was leading Homa back. She's like, I am Malala, leading the troops through enemy territory. Malala.
I said the theme was to never give up, and it's shown when Parvana, I think it was, I don't know what page it was. It was near the beginning. It was when Parvana didn't earn any money. Hold on, let me find it. One second. Okay, found it, page 76. The first hour went by with no one stopping. A man would walk by, look down at her, and keep walking. She wished she had her shadow to hide behind. She was certain that at any moment someone would stop, point at her, and yell, "Girl!" The word would ring out through the market like a curse, and everyone would stop what they were doing. Staying put for that first hour was one of the hardest things she had ever done. And I think it was never give up because she didn't earn money. No one stopped at her. She was really scared and afraid. But then she was looking the other way when someone stopped. And she didn't give up, so she eventually ended up earning money afterwards.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I think it was never give up, because if she hadn't have stayed, she wouldn't have learned the backstory of that Taliban man and like how he had lost his wife. And I was like,
Like
oh
what
my
they
God.
can go through. Like,
Yeah, what
you
even
think
they
they're
go
just like people that like do stuff because they have to, but really they have like
They have
life.
personal
Yeah.
lives
Alright,
outside.
if your group is not done, it's time to wrap up in 3, 2, 1.